Origin Chess UX, and this is the F-35 is now a nuclear bomber by the China US military news. They took like multi-purpose thing way too seriously. Yeah, so I've been watching this military style video recently, especially like tech things like jet planes, tank, and things like that. F-35 is insanely good. It's surprising to see like how people criticize F-35. It's like F-35 is meh. Yeah, you don't realize the purpose of F-35. Basically, one of the like it's a nuclear bomber now. But they're probably modified to put nuclear bomber. So, U.S. military has been trying to do this like one weapon for all type of shit for a long time, and they were trying to do that for jet planes because it's really hard to like. Okay, there's F-18, like this F-16, like the F-22 is like different purpose shit. What if there was just one plane that does a lot of jobs? This is what basically F-35 is, multi-purpose thing, right? Which might not be as good as F-22 on air for air dominance thing. It's gonna be good enough. I bet in most situations it will still kick ass. You wouldn't even need F-22 or something like that. Next generation air dominance things that they're developing, right? You wouldn't even need that. F-35 is that good, right? It's like this, like a stealth version of the fifth generation, jet plane from US. Compared to what is that, Su-57 from Russia, I think, right? And J-20 from China. These are the three ones that are competing. And then again, like J-20 can't even compare to F-35, like just radar cross section. I don't know about Su-57, but I'm guessing it will be the same thing. So F-35, F-22 is like league of their own. So yeah, it's a nuclear bomb. Makes sense. It's a stealth. Nobody can know it's coming. It just drops the nukes and fucks off, I guess. There you go. So let's do this one. Remember, flag my Rickson. Don't forget to subscribe. So I know which type of videos to react to more. Check out the Rickson. This is a link in the season. Yeah, that's what it.
The F-35 Lightning II is now a nuclear bomber. Advanced, stealthy, single engine. There's nothing the F-35 Lightning II can't do. Industry experts and analysts across the globe widely recognize the American-made F-35 as the world's most advanced fighter jet. The aircraft has three main variants: the conventional takeoff and landing F-35A, the short takeoff and vertical landing F-35B, and the carrier-based F-35C. The F-35A, operated by the U.S. Air Force, as well as by more than a dozen allied and partner nations, is capable of conducting both air and ground attacks, carrying a variety of ordnance and bombs. Additionally, it can serve as a tactical nuclear bomber. American deterrence efforts came one step closer to a critical new level when the Air Force proved the F-35A stealth fighter is capable of delivering a tactical nuclear weapon inside hostile territory.
If I were to guess, I would guess like F-35A is like the most dangerous one among the three because it has a lot of open space where it can put shit. It can put a lot of, ordnance, basically missiles and things, nuclear bombs, where F-35B would need like a fan there, like a hovercraft type of fan to lift. F-35C would also need like a light on it so, it can launch from aircraft carriers, whatever, in a different way, right? Then the, hovercraft thing from the F-35B. F-35A is like the one that can take off from a long runway. It has a lot of space, so you can add fuel like weapons and missiles, things like this.
In 2021, two F-35A aircraft successfully released B-6112 joint test assemblies comprising functional non-nuclear components and simulated nuclear components from an altitude of 10,500 feet. It took approximately 42 seconds for the bomb to reach and hit the designated target on the range. The tests mimicked a real-world tactical gravity nuclear weapon released at the Tonopah Test Range in Nevada. The test was particularly significant since the F-35A is expected to carry the B-6112 internally, unlike other so-called dual-capable combat jets that can fly at supersonic speeds, such as the F-15E Strike Eagle, which is also capable of employing this weapon. The Air Force's existing stealthy B-2 Spirit and B-21 Raider bombers also carry these bombs internally, but fly at subsonic speeds. Other U.S. aircraft cleared for its use include the B-1 Lancer, B-52 Stratofortress, F-22.
I saw the B-1 Lancer Federation. Oh my god, what an insanity that is. But it's obviously it's not going to be stealth. Yeah, B-21 is its job. It's the bomber style bomber, but yeah, it's not gonna be fast as F-35. It's not gonna be like supersonic, right? So there is that. F-35 can basically do that. But yeah, I mean, I think if B-21 is stealth, that doesn't need to be supersonic to do its job. But yeah, it's like F-35 can also do it. There you go. That's another thing.
Raptor and F-16 Fighting Falcon. On the other hand, just earlier this month in European countries, the Netherlands, a crucial NATO ally, reached a significant milestone in its defense capabilities. Dutch F-35A fighter jets, part of the collective defense fleet, have received initial certification for nuclear deterrence missions. While the Netherlands does not possess nuclear weapons, it actively participates in NATO's nuclear sharing doctrine. This approach is crucial for countries such as Belgium, Germany, Italy, and the Netherlands, which host American-supplied B-61 nuclear weapons and rely on NATO's collective nuclear strategy for deterrence. The B-61-12, a tactical nuke. The B-61-12 is a refurbished, consolidated version of earlier gravity bombs. It can offer 4 blast options measuring from 0.3 to 50 kilotons, more than double the estimated yield of Fat Man, the larger of the 2 nuclear bombs the U.S. dropped in Japan in 1945. The U.S. had announced plans to produce 480 B-61-12s from fiscal 2022 to 2025 and phase out those with much higher yields, while experts estimate the U.S. now owns 680 B-61s in total, including 230 for non-strategic platforms. In October 2023, the Pentagon further announced that the United States would pursue a modern variant of the B-61 nuclear gravity bomb, designated the B-61-13. This variant would be deliverable by modern aircraft, possibly including the F-35A, strengthening deterrence against adversaries and assuring allies and partners
By the way, seriously, isn't it so sick that one of the most advanced jet planes, a jet fighter plane, not a bomber, a jet plane, can carry nukes and fuck you up? Like, look at this shit. First of all, the look of F-35 is just like F-22, F-35, kind of like similar look. Obviously, stealth planes, kind of like similar technology. But F-35 has this like beefy look to it. F-22 is obviously like smaller and more agile one. F-35 is like really beefy and like advanced look to it. Look at that. And I remember watching Top Gear episode where they just like talk about how like car manufacturers takes inspiration from like jet planes, fish and things. They should definitely take inspiration from this. And look at how insane this looks. Nowadays, like car manufacturers have become too safe, and I don't know like where they take inspiration from. But this is seriously good. Look at that. I can see some sports car here, Koenigsegg or something.
by providing the President of the United States with additional options against certain harder and larger area military targets. Stealth and precision. Known for its sleek, stealthy, and highly networked design, the F-35 is more than just an aircraft. It's a flying computer with the capability to detect and destroy enemy targets from unprecedented standoff ranges. In simulated war games, the F-35 has demonstrated its prowess by eliminating fourth-generation jets from undetectable distances. To maintain its stealth profile, the F-35 incorporates two internal weapons bays, each equipped with two weapon stations. The outboard weapon stations can each carry ordnance up to 2,500 pounds, while the inboard stations are dedicated to air-to-air missiles. In air-to-air engagements, the F-35 can carry a range of missiles, including the AIM-9X Sidewinder, AIM-120 AMRAAM, and the upcoming AIM-260 JATM. For air-to-surface operations, the F-35 is equipped with a range of powerful munitions, such as the AGM-88G Advanced Anti-Radiation Guided Missile and anti-ship missile.
Anti-radiation, that's like to take out like a surface anti-aircraft things, right? Like SAMs and things. As far as I'm anti-radiation, that's what it means, right? Yeah. I'm surprised that my knowledge is actually growing by watching all the different type of videos, laser pig and all this, apparently. So there you go. I was watching like why is like Russia is not dominating air from what channel was I forgot. Basically from that I know like anti-radiation means that.
Missiles like the AGM-158 LRASM. Additionally, the F-35 can carry a wide range of bombs, including the Joint Direct Attack Munition, Paveway series of laser-guided bombs, AGM-154 JSOW, GBU-39 small diameter bomb, GBU-53B Stormbreaker, and even nuclear bombs. This impressive weaponry underscores the F-35's capability as a cutting-edge multi-role fighter. F-35 as bomb truck. The F-35 is built to elude and destroy enemy air defenses, use cutting-edge stealth technology to fight advanced enemies, and draw upon long-range sensors to find otherwise far-away enemy targets. Yet
Imagine like F-35 using like multiple F-35s which can communicate with each other, right? That's one thing we know about F-35s. Is this kind of like a neural link type of way, right? So some F-35s can be attack powerhouse, like missile, just destroying type of planes that is like in front communicating with each other. The center could be like a nuclear bomb carrying F-35. They can have this like a group. Basically, I've said in like a real engineering video, like how like those aircraft carrier and all these different destroyers, basically a fleet which might as well be its own military, has this power. F-35s can carry same type of power in the air. Like no other planes have ever done it, but F-35 can do it because of this. Like multiple F-35s in some kind of formation, connecting with each other, like talking to each other. A center one can be like a nuclear one. Other ones can be like a support one, but it's like a destroy anything type of planes with like multiple sidewinder and missiles like that. Basically have one job to drop nukes and nobody can interfere type of way. That basically is untouchable. Even if your enemy knows you're coming, like, yeah, you're gonna have a massive edge that you're probably gonna have a like higher success rate. That is insanity.
at the same time, the Joint Strike Fighter is built as a multi-role stealth fighter, meaning it's also specifically engineered with an ability to launch massive air attacks on air-to-air and air-to-ground targets. This kind of mission scope invites the questions of just what it would mean to full load an F-35 with weapons. The aircraft features an internal weapons bay intended for attacks while maintaining a stealth configuration, but a full force attack requires the use of external pylons, referred to as the F-35's Beast Mode. In stealth mode, it can carry 5,700 pounds internally, while in Beast Mode, it can carry a full 22,000 pounds of both air-to-air and air-to-ground munitions. This formidable loadout enables the aircraft to engage a wide range of targets, establishing it as a potent force in contested environments. An interesting report from the Aviation Geek Club describes Beast Mode as arming an F-35 with 6 inert 500-pound GBU-12 laser-guided bombs, 4 loaded externally on the wings and 2 internally in the weapons bay, as well as an AIM-9 training air-to-air missile. Naturally, this configuration increases the F-35's radar signature and diminishes the effectiveness of its stealth properties. However, such a setup would be feasible in combat environments where the United States has already achieved air supremacy. Externally hanging weapons presents contours and configuration.
I mean, you can also use like F-15EX as like a point-blank heavyweight attacker. Like that's F-15EX is better for that, right? Like modified version of F-15, which is like modified with the latest tech, but to carry as much as ammunition it can, right? With bombs and things. Like if like stealth is not an issue, why not send that? But the whole point is like, you have to have F-15 with you. How like you're gonna be with a condition where you need that F-15. That's why they need one jet to do all the jobs. F-35 basically.
Likely to provide enemy radar with a more detailed return, delivering a rendering of the aircraft to adversaries. This kind of attack mode might also be needed should a combat campaign need to extend mission dwell time, creating the opportunity for the F-35s to hit more targets with a larger weapons load. A legacy of innovation. The F-35 is the product of the Joint Strike Fighter program, which merged various combat aircraft programs from the 1980s and 1990s.
Way too many F-35s, man.
The aircraft descends from the Lockheed Martin X-35, which in 2001 beat the Boeing X-32 to win the Joint Strike Fighter program. Its development is principally funded by the U.S., with additional funding from program partner countries within NATO and close U.S. allies.
Imagine if Boeing won and we took that. Like, that's how the next plane looked like. What the fuck, F-32, whatever. Look at how it looks with like a big jaw. It's like a pudge or whatever.
Including the United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, Italy, Norway, Denmark, the Netherlands, and formerly Turkey. Several other countries have ordered or are considering ordering the aircraft. The program has drawn much scrutiny and criticism for its unprecedented size, complexity, ballooning costs, and much delayed delivery. The F-35 first flew in 2006 and entered service with the U.S. Marine Corps F-35B in July 2015, followed by the U.S. Air Force F-35A in August 2016 and the U.S. Navy F-35C in February 2019. The aircraft was first used in combat in 2018 by the Israeli Air Force. The U.S. plans to buy 2,456 F-35s through 2044, representing the bulk of the crewed tactical aviation of the U.S. Air Force, Navy, and Marine Corps for several decades. The aircraft is planned to be a cornerstone of NATO and U.S. allied air power and is expected to operate until 2070.
I'm not gonna lie, the worst thing about F-35 to look at, not worst, it's like scariest thing. In that way, worst thing to see with F-35 is that like stormtrooper type of black helmet the pilot wears. It's like Darth Vader is flying. You know that scene from Star Wars where Darth Vader just like attacks everybody? It just feels like holy shit. Empire's attacking, there you go. Alright, but those the F-35 is now a nuclear bomb, might as well. Like, why not? It's doing everything, might as well do the nuclear bomb thing. This was the channel US Military News. If you like my reaction, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.